evening, everyone. Evening with Gelda program. Feel pleased to show you a wonderful interview with our talented guest, Vandana Oki. Vandana Oki is a homemaker and a mother of two spirited children. She studied interior architecture, but she always wanted to become a teacher, and she became a certified pre-primary teacher while her stay in the United States for over a decade. She worked for some years as a nursery teacher back home in Pune, India, before shifting to QL about 4 years ago. A friendly person who has learned to balance her personal and family time so that she can take up her hobbies, reading, and the newfound art of writing. She started by writing short stories and articles for digital platforms, and now trying her hand at poetry as well. Wow! And she is now with us. Be welcome, esteemed poetess. Let's start our interview, okay? Dear poetess, what place poetry occupies in your life?
Poetry to me, I would say, is an escape. It is an escape from the mundane, from the everyday, boring, repeated chores. So, um, it is a way. Um, it makes me feel about the world around me, what I read. So, right now, poetry is on my mind all the time. Yes.
In your opinion, to write is your better skill?
I would say teaching. Teaching has always been my passion, my first love. I was teaching as a pre-primary teacher back in my home country. So, given a choice, I would go back to teaching. And then drawing also suits me. It gives me uh, just sketching gives me comfort. And right now, poetry is on my mind, and I like it.
Please cite a poet from your country and one foreigner who inspire you the most.
From my country, India, I would say the great Sarojini Naidu would be one of my favorite poetess to read. But more than poetry, I enjoyed Ruskin Bond, who is considered to be the king of short stories. So, yes, I love reading Ruskin Bond. And then, uh, you know, we have grown up reading all sorts of literature and poetry, but short stories, I like reading them. Outside India would be John Keats. He's the king of odes. So, Ode to Nightingale, Ode to Melancholy. So, yes, John Keats would be the one outside India I would like to read, and yes.
With poets from digital platform and social media do you usually follow their writings?
On social media and these digital platforms, there are a lot of budding artists which are coming up, and I like to read them. Um, I like to follow their readings, so a lot of them. Some are exceptionally new, just like me.
In your point of view, Does a poet need to have academic education, or is it possible to write empirically?
Um, Education is not the only criteria to be a great poet or a great writer. You could be a great uh, poet, a great writer if you have a powerful thought which you can put across on in words um, strongly. So yes, um, empirically, you could be a great writer, and education qualification just is an added benefit, I would say.
What advice would you like to give for the new generation of poets?
Um, Advice to the new generation of poets like me would be keep reading and keep writing. The more you read, the more you think, the more uh, power to your pen. So keep reading.
Where do you usually look for inspiration to write poems?
Um, while writing, the inspiration mainly comes from the word, the prompt itself, and uh, and also inspiration comes from word of mouth, the stories we hear while we are chatting, and the experiences, maybe self or someone others, and main inspiration which inspired and I started off writing is the picture. If it is a good photograph, it really inspires me to write a few words. So you can say I'm more of a visual poet. um, the very first few poems which I wrote were on some pictures that I clicked, the photographs I clicked when I was on vacation. And while writing a caption, the caption got into 4 lines, and then I to full length poems.
And now, finalizing this moment, kindly could you recite a poem of yours for all of us now, please?
On 5th September in India, it is celebrated as Teachers' Day all across the country. So on this day, I wrote a poem uh, to pay respect to all the teachers who are in this great profession. I wish more such jewels adorn these nascent skies to expel ignorance and quietly await a erudite sunrise. Thank you, dear teachers. And as an extension to this, I wrote another 4 lines. Inside each of us resides a teacher. We tend to guide the ones around us. Moral percepts or simple earthly wisdom. Everyone teaches us in some way or the other. Thank you.
Great. Okay, Vandana, I'm grateful for you for your brilliant presence with us today. Guys, I'm waiting for you on the next Sunday, okay? Bye bye.